garden. So we're very fortunate to live in a building that has balconies outside of every room. And I'll show you this balcony which is outside our dining room first, the things that I'm growing here. So on this balcony I have probably more plants than is comfortable, but anyway, I try to make the most of all the space that's available to me. So on this balcony I have several types of tomatoes. I have so many tomatoes because I was doing an experiment, seeing which tomatoes would grow the best, so I bought like 6 or 7 varieties of seeds, and I'm just going to see which ones work best on my balcony. Right now seems to be a good season for cherry tomatoes. I mean, we've gotten a lot of them, and although this plant is a bit on its way out, but we still have quite a few coming, some green ones and some different stages of ripeness here. And my kids really love them. They say they taste better than strawberries. So this is my daughter's bedroom balcony, and I have a few things growing here. This first one is mint, regular mint, and then this one is curry patta. This plant I had given up on completely a while ago, and I just chopped it off really short, and I thought it was gone, but then it grew back much better than before. And this is an experiment of growing lavender. I don't know if it will grow nicely here or not, so I'm just waiting and seeing. So far it's growing very slowly. This is some Genovese basil. And this one is I took one of the basil seedlings and I put it into this. I took a 5-liter oil bottle and I made this self-watering planter and planted one of the basils in it. I think I'll give it to someone as a present. Lemongrass here, which I use in tea, or you can cut the whole stalk and use that in curries as well, like Thai curries. This is another type of spinach. Another type of mint, the peppermint, but this is just a baby one, so I have a better example somewhere else. And behind me I have mustard. So, like these nice dark green spicy chilies. This is my bedroom balcony, and I have a lot of sort of Mediterranean herbs growing here. And it's a little difficult to grow them in Mumbai, I think. I mean, I haven't had the best of luck with them, but I'm hoping it'll turn out better this time. So I'm growing some rosemary, and this one I realized it doesn't like to be overwatered, really, so that hopefully this one will grow a little better. This is sage, and I grew this from seed. But of the like 20 seeds that I planted, only one grew. And this is marjoram. This is lettuce. It's like a mixture of different lettuces. And then over here I have thyme here. And all of these things are very nice, and in Italian and other types of cooking like that. And then here I have some onions that I grew from the sambar onions. So I found out by mistake I discovered something, which was if you keep the onions in the refrigerator, the same thing with garlic, if you keep them in the vegetable drawer of your refrigerator for a week or 2, then they start to sprout. And so then when you plant them, it's a much quicker process. So over here I have some microgreens growing. I use like ice cream containers and stuff like that. I make some holes in the bottom, and then this one is alfalfa, and these are basil and mustard. And then here I'm trying to grow a new rosemary plant from a cutting, so you can see that this one has started to grow roots, so I'm very happy about it. This is celery, which I grew from seed. But also I had grown some from, I had found a celery in the farmer's market in Bandra. It had some of the base still intact, so I also had grown some celery from that one plant, which was a volunteer because there was a seed in the compost. And when I put the compost around this allspice tree, the capsicum also grew. So I have always liked growing things. Even when I was a kid, I used to go out and spend many hours working in our vegetable garden. I grew up in Colorado, in the US. In college, this is the long version of the story, but anyway, in college I studied at Stanford University, and I majored in Earth Systems, which is an interdisciplinary environmental studies major. And because I was always interested in finding solutions to the many very serious environmental problems that we face. One of the things that I like to do is save seeds. So then I can become self-sufficient in certain seeds that are otherwise difficult to get. The last experiment I did was trying to grow various types of chilies, and I ended up with more chilies than I could eat. So I've been drying these ones, and I'll collect some of the seeds and make chili powder from the rest. And then also I'll show you some lettuce seeds that are ready to pick. So if you go out here, if you point the camera out there, there's some, that lettuce has been growing for a few months and has gone to seed. Up at the top, there are the dry seeds. And then I'll collect those and clean them and use them the next time I plant lettuce. This has been here for like 4 or 5 months. I'm hoping that it will go to seed because I want to, be self-sufficient in seeds. Whenever possible, I harvest the seeds and save them. And that helps a lot because then the plants that you grow from those seeds are better adapted to your growing conditions than the ones you might buy. So there's one big tip I would like to share, which encompasses all the other tips, which is to question our lifestyles and to start thinking about things differently. So when you start to do that, you realize that there are many, many ways that you can reduce your impact on the environment or even help to heal things. We live in a world that's set up in a very unsustainable way. All the systems that we are a part of are unsustainable, like transportation and housing and commerce, and there are too many big problems. But there are things that individuals can do to reduce their environmental impact, and also things that are quite enjoyable and make you feel happier. So one of them is growing your own, starting to grow a few edible plants and herbs, and composting your kitchen waste. Also, you can get involved a bit in your community to do things on a little bit larger scale. Like in our building here, I helped to set up a waste segregation and composting system. And now, of course, the BMC requires that, so there's a lot of incentive to set that up and to follow it sincerely. So really, we're all in this together, and it requires everyone working in every way possible to make a more sustainable world so that our children and grandchildren and all the other creatures living on this earth don't suffer more in the future.